What is happening, people? Hey guys, a little bit warmer today, so we decided to come down to the lake. This is the first week of February. I have a sneaky suspicion Crappie have started making some sort of transition, and that's just what I think. I'm gonna look around for them in those transition areas. I'm gonna go up some of the creeks, see if we can find them. Guys, come along with us. I hope you enjoy the video. Oh, pretty nice one right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What are we looking for right there? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. We did find old Crappie in transition up here. Water's 47 degrees. That is a good fish. That's a good pound fish right there. Yes, sir. Look at that light color on him. Boom. And we've been fishing for we caught one other little fish. Fish are spooky up here. This is fresh, muddy water that you see here. And I've tried to drop on these fish. I've been having to cast to them with my precision crappie rod. And very sensitive. That fish bit really light, but with these precision crappie rods, man, you can really feel them bite. But I've got a 16th ounce head on, and I'm just trying to cast out, be as precise as I possibly can, and wind it right over top of them. And hey, you got that good one right there to react. Boom. And that's all right, boy. We love to thump, baby. Love to thump. All right, not the biggest in the world, but he's about, so not the biggest one in the world, but he's about 11 inches. Now look, guys, you see this dirty water behind me? You know, good fish. That is the creamy color. So I always pay attention to the fish. I like to match my colors of my lure to whatever that fish is. Y'all noticed how light that fish was, how light that color right there is creamy, and the LC shad, Lake Country Baits. I'm telling you, we're getting in spring, we're gonna have a lot of muddy water, and before Lake Country Baits gets these sold out, you better order you some, you get them in stock. It is a hot color. Just go back and look at my videos. It is a hot color in this color water. Now, I've been fishing Blue Moon just for the simple reason I've had Blue Moon on for probably the last 45 minutes, just because I already had it tied on. Fished Kerr Lake last week, water was clear, had Blue Moon on, and I caught that one good fish. You seen it. I said, you know what, I got to put the creamy or Grenada bug. They're both very close. The only difference really is the tail color. And I'm telling you, within 2 minutes I had a fish in the boat. People tell me color don't matter. Sometimes it don't. A lot of times it does. If fish are in a really hard feeding mode, I don't think color really makes that much difference. But when they're finicky, this water temperature right here is set 47 degrees. And they're a little lethargic and they're really spooky. And what I'm just trying to do is get close enough to pitch a bait out on top of the head. They are not chasing a bait. They are actually, they haven't chased the bait very far. I tried casting and swimming it over the head, but it don't seem to have been worked very well. And I really need to just have one lure on. These, I've got 2 lures on, and it's really a little heavy, to be honest with you. Boy, don't they fight good this time of year. He ain't that big, he just mean. Alright, so that's another pretty good one. He probably 3/4 of a pound right there. And I cast it to this fish right here. I seem like I can be a little more accurate. I'm using my 11-foot pole. I was using my 11-foot pole with a 32nd to 16th. The way the wind's puffing around, every time I go to pitch out to the fish, I find if I can get them moving to them about 14, 16 foot, and I pitch out, by the time that light sinker sinks, I'm about 11, 12 feet away. And it just seems like when I pitch, the wind catches it and blows the bait to the side, and I'm not quite accurate enough. So this is a 16th. That's a peel head type of jig, and that is a grenada bug on there. Seems like I can put a little more accurate casting to them, so I'm gonna try that for a little while. And I'm gonna fish about 5 more minutes here, and then I'm gonna move. We're gonna go around and look and see if we can find some more fish. Ooh, that's a nice one. First fish I've had to chase this lure all day. That's a 1.25 pound fish right there. That's a 1.25 pound fish any day. Probably 1.4 pound. Yes sir, look at the belly. Full of eggs. Good gracious. That is the first fish I've had to chase me today. I brought that lure right by her head, and she went down, followed the lure. I tried to keep it up high, followed the lure down, and come in and caught that bad boy. Yes sir, that's a good sign. That tells me they might be feeding period. You know what? Hey, in the wintertime it's 1:29 right now. A lot of times from 1 to about 4 o'clock is probably the best time of the day to fish this time of year. You don't necessarily have to get out here first thing in the morning unless you're trying to get your spot. Anyway, boom, hey, let's go catch another fish, y'all. Shh, don't y'all tell nobody. Another good quality fish there. Fish is probably pushing 12 inches, y'all. That grenada bug right there. They like it, baby. They like it. Now look, guys, I'm gonna give y'all a little tip. So the wind is puffing around today. I'm trying to get on the fish. So I'm not really going in the direction I would like to go in, but I'm taking what the weather gives me. So I had to finally just let the wind blow me up against that bank and put the nose of the boat into the wind. I don't have crappie brakes on here, or I don't have any type of brakes on here to stop me. And this is an aluminum boat, so it floats really easy right on top of the water. So, you know, the only thing you can do is get the wind in the nose of the boat, push along, and I found if I keep it straight and I let off the throttle, well, take my foot off the trolling motor. I call it letting off the throttle. Letting off the throttle, let the boat glide on through the water, and I can get up there pretty close where I can make an accurate pitch out to the fish. And then that usually winds up the fish is 10 to 12 foot, and I can just dangle the rod or dangle the lure right over the fish. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And hope that makes sense the way I said it. I don't know. Anyway, comment below if how you work the boat in the wind. It is sometimes difficult. And I know you guys out there are gonna say he's got a live scope. I hate live scope, but just because you got live scope don't mean you're gonna catch fish, baby. Well, just another average crappie. I switched over to a little bit of hair jig. White, you know, he's 10 inches long, not a bad crappie. I'm still up on the flat looking around, and these fish up here, they're very, very spooky. You know, that's the way it is. Muddy water, fresh muddy water. That's just the way it is this time of year. Now, I'll tell you something else I did. I had that double rig jig. It's kind of heavy. It's sinking a little bit fast, and I could not. These fish are not chasing the lure. You've got to get the lure close to them, jig it just a little bit, get their attention. Sometimes they'll move over, sometimes they'll just run. So I had two jigs on. So what I did is switch to one. I got a 1/32. That's hair jigs, 1/32. I got a 1/16 on the other. And what that allows me, I can pitch out. And it looks more natural floating over top, a little bit slower. It keeps it in the strike zone since these fish are lethargic. Keeps it in the strike zone just a little bit longer. Now, for you guys who spider rig, you would definitely have to have 16-foot poles to get out here on this flat and catch these fish. Because once they get in about 12 foot, 14 to 12 foot, these fish are gone. They're just spooking away from the boat. I don't know whether it's the waves ticking on the boat, the trolling motor, vibration, or whatever, but you would definitely have to have 16-foot poles to be successful doing this. But anyway, hey, let's keep poking around here. Wind ain't my friend today, and see if we can catch another fish. Finally got that to cooperate. Another old pig here. Oh boy. Bass fisherman coming up here, gonna stir up the water. Boom, he's about 11.5 inches long. Boom. Pretty good crappie. Look at that light color right there. That's why I picked that white color out. I'm gonna switch over to something even smaller than this jig right here and try it for a little while, y'all. Shh. Look at that. Good day, boy. Another quality fish. Wow. That's what I'm talking about, baby.